Some women, you guys, some grown women have dreams of their own. Now, according to truelovedates.com, lots of women are falling in love with the idea of someone who doesn't really exist. Now, this is real, you guys. You know, they create a story about someone they don't actually know. They find themselves living in a world of fantasy. You know, we have conversations with our single girlfriends where they're like, okay, this is the kind of guy I want. He's going to have this kind of job. He's going to make this amount of money. He's going to look this way.
Yep.
He's going to be this tall. He's going to come from this city. Now, some women continue to believe in the idea of finding a man who has everything. Everything that's on their list, exactly what they dreamed of. But they might be missing out on the guy who has some of it, who might actually be everything they ever needed.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have this weird analogy that I've tried to give to some of my single girlfriends. Okay, have you guys ever done Airbnb or like Zillow or been looking for an apartment on one of those sites where they have a filter? They ask you what it is you want, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, any amenities you might want, like a pool, that sort of thing, a backyard, a porch, okay. And then you fill it out, you fill everything out, and then you press results. And for everything that you wanted, 10 results comes up. And you go through all of those and none of those really work. And you're like, what can I do to get more options? You have to change your filters. There's a message in this, I swear I'm going somewhere. Now, if I'm honest, when I got out of my last relationship, I was saying, I will never date somebody that has kids. When next guy I date, he'll never be married before. Like all these things.
Said that.
I want him to be at least 6 feet tall.
Yep, she said that.
And I actually ended up with someone that had more children than my last relationship.
Yeah.
Okay? And he is hands down the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Yeah.
The message is, and he ain't 6 feet tall either. I love you, baby.
Yeah, he ain't 6 feet. I was gonna say that.
The great thing is, you guys, I have so many girlfriends that are missing out on so many options out there because they have their mind stuck on something very specific. And maybe that's not what God has for you. Maybe if you just open up the blinders just a little bit, date outside of your race.
Date outside your race.
It's something we don't talk about. But you and I had the conversation.
Yeah, we did. But Adrienne,
what?
though.
Yes, date outside of your race. Date a different age. You might say, okay, 40 is my limit. What if he's 41?
Woo.
What if he's 45? Grown and sexy.
No, this is real.
You gotta be real.
Yes.
But Adrienne, you gotta understand though, we live in a society where we want the ballers and shot callers, okay?
Okay, but I'm with you though, Lonnie. So
Gotta give somewhere. That baller might not be 6 feet. That really successful man might be over 50.
he might be a tennis
You
player
have
instead
to
of that
deal
type
with
of
the
baller.
ballers in shot collars, you know, lifestyle too, right?
Exactly.
Just saying.
It's not just the
We're gonna
ballers
be real.
and the shot callers. They want the ballers and the shot caller money. They want to be stay-at-home thoughts. Like nobody.
That's it.
Like
Now, wait a minute.
I was gonna say stay-at-home mom,
Don't
but
talk
then
about
they
Lonnie
don't
like
want
that.
kids. Neither. They just want to
that's
stay
the
home and
reality
then
of
you
it.
swipe the card when they want
Yeah.
stuff. I have plenty of friends that are like that. They be like, and I'm gonna have this Chanel bag, and I'm having. I'm
Exactly.
Like, and you're just not gonna do nothing at all.
But my whole point
that's
in bringing this up is to talk about how society, I think, is formulating in young women's minds
Yes.
what is acceptable from a man. And what you're saying, and I think what all of you, and I think what you guys exemplify is that maybe your man is not perfect, okay?
At
he
all.
wasn't maybe, you know, everything on your list.
He's not what society would want for me.
Same here.
No,
Okay,
I'm
I got a combo platter of
perfect
everything
for
you guys
me.
are saying here because I made a list in my 20s where I was like, this is what I want. Get ready, God. And I made a list of every
You
single
say, "Get ready, God"?
I sure did. I did. So I made a list of everything I wanted. Well, guess what? God was 10 steps ahead of me, and he hooked me up with a man who had everything I needed. Okay?
There's a difference.